Hey everyone, I think I'm live. Welcome to our Visuals2Go live support and training session. And today we have decided to showcase this also on Facebook Live. Our original plan was actually simply for our Academy Prime Academy members, which is still the case. But however, I know that I haven't actually given you enough notice to actually about these sessions. So our first session is actually also being shown on Facebook Live as well. So yeah, welcome. So today in these sessions, it is not a webinar, just letting you know, it is a live support and training session so that you can make the most out of Visuals2Go. And it is how it runs actually, it really depends on you guys. If you have any questions about it, feel free to let me know, either on Zoom or also in the chat box below. But today we really want to focus on communication, how I myself use it with my clients, how I actually give them a voice, so especially for someone who's got developmental disabilities, most likely in the autism 3 level, and so who have very limited skills in engaging and relating to other people, let alone for me to sit down and use a device with them. So I'm going to show you how I actually use Visuals2Go to support someone who with high autism and also who is nonverbal as well. So this is exciting because this is actually my main passion, to help kids like this. I think in my very first year of teaching, I had 5 students, all with developmental disabilities, nonverbal with behavior issues, and a lot of them had autism or had another disability which prevented them from participating in the class. So I think from there, I learned that communication is just so important. I had a boy who wouldn't even associate with me. He was in his own world, and the only thing that I knew that he liked was his food. So every time he would try and to access his food, he'd be trying to climb up because we put the food up high. But what I did then was I stuck a visual on the wall, and every time he tried to take the food, I would prompt his hand and pick up the visual and give it to me. So I did that for 3 terms and no result. And then one day I just saw this figure come towards me with a visual in his mouth and just threw it at my table. And then I said, "Oh, you want yogurt?" And I was just so excited, and I quickly got the yogurt, gave it to him, and from then on, he clicked. I think he realized that he could exchange a visual to me in order to make his request known. And I guess from there on, I realized, this boy who once didn't want a bar of me, he he soon learned to communicate using a visual, but also communicate with 2 visuals, discriminating between a drink and a yogurt. And then also I think the most important thing was he built a rapport with me. Like, he knew that I understood him. And from then on, he just related to me. He started to come seek me for comfort, when he's not feeling well, he'll come and try to sit on my lap. And it was just beautiful, that connection that we had, simply because I understood him. And he knew that I understood him. And he had control of his environment by simply giving me a visual. And that was the beginning of my passion. And I realized that simply giving someone a tool to communicate can make a big difference. Their personality, everything about them can be heard. And this was just with two words, two visuals. So imagine what this boy would have been like if he gained more vocabulary around it for him to express himself. So anyway, I'm going to show you, if you are around, drop in a comment below. And if you have any questions about the use of Visuals2Go, please let me know. I guess I want to share I guess the big why, and my story was the why, but a big why for Visuals2Go is because we really want, I guess there was research that showed about the research, like, I don't know, 50 special needs schools in the US, and it stated that the the majority of students with communication disabilities who required AAC was just not using it effectively. So that just wasn't being used enough. And the research came into conclusion that really it was because that the educators were not trained and equipped enough. So that's why Visuals2Go, and I witnessed that myself. I've been to schools in the UK, I've been to schools here, and I see that, a lot of most of the times, children who don't have a voice, who are nonverbal or with severe communication disabilities, their devices are always left on the table, and it doesn't get used. So I really question myself why. And hence Visuals2Go was birthed from a place where, I really want to use it to encourage the educators, the parents, and whoever is revolved around the child to use it with them. Because if we use it, we model it enough, then the chances are that they will use it as well. So nobody likes to be singled out. So why is, if I was nonverbal, I was the only one, I guess, using it, and no one else is, modeling it with me, I probably wouldn't want to use it too. So anyway, so let's move on. I'm going to show you how Visuals2Go can be used and how I use it. I'm just going to share my screen here. Now, just know that these sessions here, it's run every fortnight as planned, but with a maximum of 1 hour. We won't go on for too long, but it also depends. The topic depends on you. If you have any questions about it, how you would like to use it with your students or children, then please let me know. The app has, you can use it in so many ways. We have, so many ways, not just to give someone a voice, but we have language teachers. Actually, I had a Japanese teacher who was using it to teach English. So it's actually a really good way to program it to teach different languages according to, what's meaningful for the child or person. So I'm just going to share with you my device screen. Hopefully it will come up here. Now, I know the timing is not so good for a lot of people, especially in Australia. I know this is Friday morning, it's a work time for a lot of people. So I do apologize. It is the only time that I can do it in my schedule. And I know if you're in the US, it'll be Thursday. I mean, for some of you in Eastern Standard Time, it's 8 p.m. on a Thursday. That might work better, but I know in Australia it can be difficult for some. But if you are watching, thank you so much that you are here. And so yes, so you can see my screen here. Now, I guess I want to express that the very first thing that I do when I work with a client of mine is really getting to know them. right? So my goal is not to use the device at all, right? So I want to build a rapport with them, simply by using myself, using my by me paying attention to them, be interested in whatever that person is interested in. So I'm not there to just bring the device in and just to help them, yeah, just to get them to communicate with me because the chances are they won't. All right. Um, I might use the device to show them, like I might take pictures of things that they're interested in and I show them the picture and I go, oh yeah, look, there's the ball. I might do that, but very rarely that's what I do. I think that first thing I would do is just get into the shoes, follow their lead and just be interested in what they're interested in and imitate them um, with whatever they're doing. One thing I don't do, which I used to do, was trying to I bring in my own toys. I mean, I still bring in my own toys and things for them to play with, but my goal is not for them to play with the toys. All right, so it's very important if you're an educator or even a parent. My goal is present things to them, and if they're not interested in it, that's okay. So pay attention to what they are interested in and just follow their lead. And if they're just looking out the window, you can look out the window with them and say, "Oh, look at that." If they're flapping something, I might just flap with them. Flapping a thing with them. If they're interested in just swiveling on the chair, I might help them spin. I might just help them spin, right? So the very important thing as a very first step before you introduce any communication tool is simply uh, get be interested in what they're interested in and using your affect. Okay, we call it affect. With something that I've studied is the DIR floor time, which is a fantastic course. But that will teach you how to build those relationship and working at the child at a developmental level. So I want to help them engage with me. Okay, so and that's what I'll do. Follow the lead and then Visuals2Go is what you would use to support their language. All right. So I would bring in Visuals2Go when I find that hey, this person is connecting with me, he's comfortable with me, he's not walking away when I when I try to play with him or her. So he's comfortable with me and 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 wants to play with me, whether it's building the blocks or whatever it is. And then that's when I would bring in Visuals2Go. Yeah. But having said that, everyone's different as well. Sometimes me bringing Visuals2Go is an interest. Some kids take a liking to Visuals2Go straight away and they go, oh, I could relate to that. Look, I've got people I've got photos of people that I can relate to, and I'm paying attention to the people in their life, right? And that could build also a bit of rapport and engagement as well. So I would, if I was using Visuals2Go, one of the key things I would put are the people. All right, put people that the person is familiar with, whether it's mum, dad, his friends or relatives or her grandpa, grandma. So put those in, photos of them, and when they select it,
Mum.
you can start paying attention to that and they can relate to the pictures. This is such a great way to build connection and rapport and using Visuals2Go as a tool to communicate about something, especially the people, because, again, people are the most important, who they're connecting with, whether you're a teacher, take pictures of yourself or other teachers or the students, if you have a iPad at the school. So yes, that's one of the things that I would do. And you can bring the people in,
Who?
into your morning session routines. They could let you know who I want to greet, for instance, selecting their friends. You can ask them who is your friend. They can tell you who is your friend. And, if they're sad and someone hit them, they have a picture of them. Oh, he hit me. Who hit you? He hit me. So there's lots of ways you can use the Who album. Um, activities and toys.
Activities.
You can use this to take pictures of the activities and toys. Of the activities, you can put in the other toys album, but sometimes I actually merge them. Actually merge the activities and toys in the one folder because it can be a bit confusing for them when they have two. But very easy, if you want to take a picture of it, just know that this pencil icon at the top right corner, is your go-to for any type of editing. Okay, so if you don't know how to use it, the pencil icon at the top right corner is your go-to. Let me see if I can just connect the mouse to the app, Bluetooth, because having the iPad connected to your mouse can make a big difference to me showing you. Sorry, it is connecting anyway. Oh, not successful. So yes, so while I'm waiting here trying to connect, please, if you're around, make a comment below. And if you have any things you would like me to share, also put it in the comment below as well. Just bear with me for 1 minute. No, doesn't like it. Doesn't seem to like my mouse. I think I know why. It's connected to my computer. Sorry, technical issues. Well, I think while I'm here, while I'm trying to set this out, I might use this opportunity to let you know about our Visuals2Go version 2 that's coming out. I'm so excited about that. It is proposed now to be launched in June, end of June, around end of June. It's really close now, so it's very excited. It's going to be cross-platform. I know a lot of you would actually has been asking for cross-platform capability. So think we are finally going to do that. And you know what? I'm just going to forget this mouse. It's not working. So, all right. Yes, so it is about to be out. And you know what? If you join the Academy Prime, um, Academy Prime membership on our website, you actually get a free copy of Visuals2Go app, the current version, but also Visuals2Go app, the second version as well, which is coming out in June. So you'll get a yearly subscription if you subscribe to the Academy. So that's very, very exciting. All right, so let's go back to here. So I would add
Activities.
activities, toys. So I'll just give you an example. So, I mean, yeah, so using the pencil icon, you can take a picture of anything you like simply by, let's just say the remote. All right. So I just tapped on the pencil icon, choose take a picture, and now you got a picture of the remote.
Remote.
All right. So I would pay attention to two things. So either to make a request or to the comments. So I might take pictures that they like, things that they like, and I'll comment on it and I'll say, oh, that's the remote, or that's the puzzle, or that's whatever it is. But But one of the things I also really want to teach is that they can make a simple request for something that they like. All right. So if they like the remote, for instance, I would tap on the pencil icon, I usually just even tap on one picture if they're struggling to use the device. Another tap on the three bar, the button at the bottom, and tap on create choice board from one card. And then that brings up one card, and all they have to do is just tap on one remote picture and it will say the word out to you. And that I want is to teach them the function that I could use this device as a way to communicate, right? So, and if they can do that, remote, then I could simply add another one. I could add something that's a non-preferred, so they might not like to draw. And then I'll have two buttons and I'll say create choice board from two cards. And then draw. Just to teach them whether they can actually discriminate. So do they really understand the difference between drawing and the remote? And if they're getting it correctly, right, remote, consistently, then I'll tap on the pencil icon and then I could just rotate it. And here I'm now teaching discrimination skills. Yeah. Because once a child learns to discriminate images, it makes communication so much easier for them. So it's, I've worked with a child with high autism and intellectual disability, and when he learned how to discriminate, he soon learned that when there was a visual that wasn't available, he went up to a visual that looked somewhat similar to what he wanted. Yeah, so that's the power of discrimination. They learn to work out what if something's not available, they work out they use something else to get the message across. Yeah, so I really do encourage to teach discrimination skills if they know how the function of making a request or comment. All right, so, and then of course, again, a big part of Visuals2Go is to encourage educators like myself. So if you're an educator, even you're a primary educator, where you use a lot of visuals, and even if you're a primary high school teacher, you most likely you'll come across a child who has communication difficulties. So this app is great for that purpose, and to encourage you to use it is, it will save you so much time in creating and printing off your visuals. So you can actually get access any visuals that you like, and you can print them off. So pencil icon, add to printing template, go to printing, and now you can print off all your visuals. And you press that one, you can print via email or via Wi-Fi printing and use it for your sessions. You can create bingo boards, you can enable different templates, and you've just unlocked a reading template to match the words to the words, or matching the words to the picture, flashcard templates, reward charts. So we really wanted to design this tool to be functional, that makes your workload, if you're a teacher, less, not as an additional thing that you need to do, because we know teachers are busy, but if you have this tool, it makes your life easier. Print off all your visuals, and you can carry this tool to give them a voice. All you got to do if you're a teacher and you have a child, you just want to bring off a language, bring off something very quickly. You can just swipe down and go, I don't know what topic. You might be teaching, you might be telling them it's time for cooking and you just need a visual. So you can just type in cooking, and there you go, cooking. Cooking. You can bring up, hey, it's time for cooking, right? I'm just going to check. Sorry. Okay. So, yeah, and then of course, if you like, if this is a visual that your child you think will use often, simply tap on the options button at the bottom and then create card from image, and you can now add it to the activities album. All right, so
activities,
there's a visual.
cooking.
So we want to do this because we want to really ensure that, their voice, their vocabulary that they learn doesn't get lost. There's no point giving them a visual when it's no longer available for them, right? So we want to bring off that visual very quickly. And you can do things like, oh, look, if you're teaching some core words, hey, look at those two things. They are the same.
Same.
So I brought up the visual straight away, and then I just and
Same.
get them to press it as well.
Same.
And then tap on the options, create card from image, and then now you can store it somewhere you want it. I might just store it in the core words. Yeah. So
Core basic.
there is there. Oh, there's already same down there.
Same.
Same and different. But just giving you examples. So you want to store those images so that it's available for them. There's a lot. I think I'm gonna show you our Academy website now, what you can actually get. So it would actually help you even more. Please just bear with me. All right, I'm just going to stop share there, stop share my screen. Show you my Academy here. Anyway, how you're going? I hope this is helping you. We are going to run this every fortnight. If you come on live, if I'm going too fast or too slow, if you need that extra support, please just register on our Academy website and we can give you live training. So we really want to make this make this as easy for you to use as possible. So do join our Academy and make it really worthwhile for you. So, all right, I'm just going to share my screen again. All right, so this is our Academy website. We are trying to get people to join the Academy because this Academy is going to be a platform that's going to really benefit you, right? So I'm going to put a lot of my things on here, courses and webinars that we present is going to be on here. So now it's we are in a much better position to present than before because we have a growing team of therapists working for our company. So on Fridays, you may get one of our speech therapists to present to you, to share their knowledge, and maybe even an OT that we're hoping we're going to secure soon. So we're going to get an OT, and hopefully, we can bring in our professionals and to share with you as well how they help support their clients. So there's courses here. If you're part of the Academy, this is free. All the courses here are free. Of course, we'll have premium courses in here if you become an Academy Prime member. So if you're Academy Prime member, you get to access all our visuals that you can download here to create your resources. You can get access to resources here, printable resources. This first and then printable resource is very handy because it actually it matches to the exact size of our visuals. Okay, so I think there's two sizes that we've created it for, but when you use Visuals2Go to print off those visuals, it will match exactly the square of these visuals. So yeah, print that off. This will be growing. I do apologize that if you have registered before and you haven't seen the resources grow, I do apologize for that. We have been in a bit of a space where we couldn't upload as much as we could. But now we have a team of people who's going to be uploading resources for you. So you become an Academy Prime member, you get more printable resources that are very handy to use. There's a toilet book to teach a child how to, let me just show you that one. So this is very helpful. One of the parents have used it and they said that boy is doing so well, his son is doing so well in his toileting because of this book. All right, so it's a book that is interactive. So the child can actually, if they have done a poo or a wee, a poop, if they can actually put the image in the toilet or on their reward chart. So it's actually very handy to have. Part of the resource is our albums. So this will grow as well as we create them. But I think, you know what, if you want to download something right now, I'm going to show you what this would be like. So if you click here, there's the Morning Circle album. So all you got to do is get this code and you can upload it straight onto the app, right? So this is a great place where we can just share, things that we've created that we find really helpful. We share it here and everyone else can use it as well. And if you have any resources that you would like to share as well, please share with me and I'll put it up onto the website. And join our private community, our Facebook private community. More than welcome to join, be part of it, and we'll be updating you with things, be connected with others, and share. If you need a resource that hasn't been created, just share, ask for it, and someone in the community may just have it, and we'd love to share it with you. Let's see, where is my screen? Oops. I lost my screen. So, okay, all right. Let me pull it up again. That's all my Facebook Live screens. Okay, so back to here. So to register for the Academy, it's free. So you get fortnightly live training sessions to get the most out of it. But we've got a very special promotion on for Visuals2Go Academy Prime. So if you do subscribe to that, it's just $59.99 a year, but you will also get a yearly subscription to our Visuals2Go app as well. So it's a very special offer. You can get both the platform to the Academy and also the app. And when our Visuals2Go version 2 comes out, it'll be Visuals2Go Next. You will get a yearly subscription to that as well. All right, so you'll get our courses, Prime courses, download resources, Prime resources, all our images from our gallery, and lots of things. Request images that doesn't exist. And if you want to use it as a commercial license, you also have an option to upgrade that as well. So that's about it for our first session. I don't want to keep you too long, but yeah, if you like what you see, please comment below and hopefully we can see you next fortnight. I really would like you to bring your devices in. If you have any questions and how to use it, please bring it in and I'll be happy to share you and give you a hands-on guidance in using the app. All right, so I'm just going to stop my share screen. All right. Anyway, I'm going to be off. So thank you so much for joining in. And I really hope you can be part of this mission to help give kids and adults with disabilities, with communication disabilities, a voice. We are trying to spread a mission so that every person who has who works or supports a person with disability, they can start giving them a voice now. All right, because their voice deserves to be heard, and we have a tool now that you can actually use to help them. All right. So anyway, you guys all take care, and I hope to see you next fortnight. Okay, bye.